Hi, my name is Ralph and you're watching 2hp.com. Today I'll compare Ford Focus and Peugeot 308, and my colleague Thomas will help me. And today you'll get less subjective points, more objective, as we're equipped with markers, tape line and measurement units. If we compare fresh Peugeot 308 to the previous generation, it's obvious that the new generation has become more elegant and laconic, but less unconventional. When looking at its side, it doesn't look like a traditional Peugeot at all. When we compare the design of Ford Focus and Peugeot, it's clear that brilliance and showiness of Focus is competing with laconism and elegance of Peugeot. Now, the Ford's exterior looks just perfect. It really looks like Aston Martin, and here Peugeot has nothing to do, as it doesn't look like any other car. But who knows, maybe Peugeot looks like a supercar for you. In this case, it will be easier to compare cars' design. Body size. Both cars belong to a hatchback type, and Peugeot is shorter a little bit. Peugeot's body is 10 centimeters shorter than Ford's, but wheelbase is almost like Ford has. At the same time, the interior size differs. It's unusual that for opening the cowl, you need to pull this eyelet. That will allow you to see 1.6-liter engine, meanwhile Ford has 1.5-liter engine. The engine of Peugeot is done by PSA Group together with BMW. Ford Focus has a brilliant design and it's like a shiny star on the road. Well, a grandpa Ford can do with its models whatever he wants, including the copying of Aston Martin. So while Ford is that handsome, sport cars might have problems now. Ford can be popular, at least for its design, but moreover, this car has a great deal of nice and useful characteristics. PSA Group cars has always had the outrageous and starring design, but it's not like that anymore when I look at new Peugeot 308. Now Ford Focus is staring and outrageous, so it's more than interesting to compare cars' interiors. Peugeot interior gives you a feeling that you are sitting on the car instead of in the car, while in Ford interior all the instruments are at a clear place and you are like in the jet fighter. If you are fond of buttons, Peugeot 308 is not your car, as all the control system is hidden inside the multimedia system. So keep an eye on it, as no multimedia system, no car. It's obvious that Peugeot and Ford engineers had different purposes while creating the interior design. Peugeot were feeling to avoid buttons and control everything through the multimedia system. Ford, on the contrary, had put as many buttons as they could. You don't have a lot of free space inside Peugeot, less than in Ford's interior, but it's quite comfortable here. I was happy to find the start button at the obvious place. You are getting into the car, and the first thing you see is a start button. Also, pay attention at the lining. Here we have a leather and an Alcantara. The interior looks more attractive than in Ford. Electronics is developing very fast, and it's hard to ignore the head units in both cars, and they are different. For example, Ford owns its famous voice identification system. Peugeot doesn't. Also, unlike Ford, it's not that easy to connect internet in Peugeot. You need a special USB device for connecting to 3G and getting a navigation and other application for parking, patrolling, etc. So, no device, no internet. If we make a cup holder competition, Peugeot will lose, as it has only one cup holder inside the console. Ford Focus is ready for this competition, as it's equipped with enough cup holders. I guess the reason is that fast food is not that popular in France, like in Great Britain or USA. In spite of the exterior, Ford's interior looks familiar. The only new thing that you'll definitely notice is a head unit. Think with touch. It's a very nice idea to divide the monitor into 4 parts on the head unit and on the instrumental panel. Look, here we are charging the phone, here we have our actual location, here climate control and temperature, here radio. More than comfortable. Think with Touch system is controlling all other systems, while in Peugeot voice controlling system cooperates only with the navigation. That's why Think with Touch system is better. The main contradiction of Ford is that everything looks so attractive and brilliant outside, and so simple and poor inside. All the materials here are low budget. Quilted leather and even wood grain insertions are missing. Concerning the interior design and optionality, any questions? Everything is done well. Usually I like the lining with a combination of leather and cloth, but in our case it looks like engineers were too greedy about the leather. It might be better if leather and cloth insertions would be of different colors. Multimedia system is perfect here. Company producer is Sony. The developers are insisting that this system also own a nice voice application. But frankly speaking, I am not a high-tech person, unlike Thomas. Actually, I never connect a multimedia system through a mobile phone because I'm not talking or texting while driving. So let's call my colleague Slava Tkachuk.
Пожалуйста, назовите команду.
Call Slava Tkachuk.
Позвоните. Слава Ткачук на мобильный.
Home or work number.
Другой номер.
Dialing and calling to Slava Tkachuk. Let's check the managing of climate control. Please name a command. Turn on the face air.
Включите
Turning on
вентиляцию
the
в
face
сторону
air.
лица.
Yeah, do you feel it like I do?
Сторону лица.
Also, here we have a start and stop system, steering wheel heater and high-quality rear-view camera. Trip computer is equipped with a useful information with a good graphics. Before only Kia could do it, and finally European producers do the same. It might be on the contrary way.
А теперь, наконец, начало получаться у европейских автомобилей. Хотя, казалось бы, все должно быть наоборот.
And now I would like to present you a real Zen technology. And it looks like this. It's not just a pleasure for your eyes to watch it. It also might save your car's door and your neighbor's door. The ergonomics in Ford is also good. It's easy to find everything you need. The only lack is a start button. And once you might think that it's located close to the gearbox, and oh my god, it's good that this button is protected with a cup, as a 12-volt lighter won't be that pleasant for me. Remember, the start button is located against the steering wheel, and when the steering wheel is in a right position, you won't see it. Pay attention on these clips created by Ford. They will keep your bottle or cup safe. Each simple stuff is genius. Frankly speaking, I'm surprised that in such an electronically advanced car there is a mechanical handbrake. Why still mechanical? I don't know. Who knows, maybe in higher grade we'll find an electronic one. It's not visible on camera, but if you examine your windscreen alive, you'll mention microscopic glowing filaments. Yes, the windscreen is heated. I'm sure you'll be glad to have this technology in winter. And of course, if a windscreen is broken, you'll definitely understand its cost. At the back seat of Peugeot, you might think that it's smaller than Ford Focus, but it's just an optical illusion. Obviously, it's really incommodious here at the back seat of Peugeot, and only panoramic roof is protecting you against the fear of cramped space. Claustrophobia. So, sit comfortable and wrap better and lift up your head for enjoying the Spanish sky. The main challenge for a tall person to get in the car is due to a flying design. A post and C post are overwhelmed. But on the contrary, inside you have a high ceiling, and concerning the space at the back seat, not more or less than in the car of the same class. Another optical illusion is waiting for you in the trunk of Peugeot. On paper, its size is mentioned as 470 liters, the biggest of other cars in this class. Alive, it doesn't look like this. Nevertheless, Ford Focus is losing the trunk competition. 316 liters against 470. Well, it's really hard to admire Ford Focus due to its 316 liters. That's just 17 liters more than Fiesta has. And even in the set-up mode, its size is 1101 liter, still smaller than competitors have. But I found very interesting thing in the middle of the space saver. This is subwoofer. For those who are fond of listening music, especially very loud. Feel all the bass. Look at this plastic can, or let it call as an adapter. It will be quite useful for patrolling the car at a fuel station with small connectors. You'll definitely need a fuel. Let it be not of such a good quality, but at least you'll get it. The cherry on top of Ford Focus is its 1.5 gasoline turbine motor, 150 horsepower. If drawing a literary analogy, this is a story about Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde. If using a medical term, it is a dissociated personality, as properly speaking, we have two motors. In mode 1, I call it as eco-vegetable. Your actions are accompanied with trip computer prompts, which tells you when to shift gear and helps you to save fuel. 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers. This is a real miracle. The mode number 2, Eco Vegetable Plus. Now you don't need any prompts, just make your engine hot. At 3000 revolutions per minute, a real wonder will happen, as a turbine will be finally blown up and you'll go very fast. Faster than 9 seconds. It's a good result for a car in its class. Actually, 1.5 EcoBoost engine is much better than 1 liter EcoBoost. In any case, it's safer, more capacity, more reliability, so 1.5 is safer for a half eternity. Banter aside, but 1.5 engine has better torsion torque, and it will be important at the peak load conditions. You have a hill start assist control here, but it's a challenge to shift gear from first to second transmission speed. You might feel some interruptions and slingshots, but it will take you 2-3 days to get used to it. So am I, and I don't want to leave the car already. The main problem on the way of changing Eco-Vegetable mode for Eco Plus is a must of a downshift. After, you'll need to wait until the turbine will be blown up for using all the torsion torque and horsepower. In my daily life I use Indo engine, so a torsion torque is available for me mostly at each needed moment. An EcoBoost can give you such an opportunity, as you'll waste a little time when changing a vegetable mode for Sport 1. But this EcoBoost is better than FT technology of Honda. I'm also using this engine in my daily life, because a turbine starts from 3000 speed. So with FT technology you'll wait more. By the way, active boosting is not expensive. 10 liters per 100 kilometers is the most that this tiny and interesting engine will take. This grade is equipped with a manual gearbox. I would make it shorter, especially when knowing that the car possibility of driving fast and interesting. This engine and a 6-speed transmission is a good couple, and if not a specific clutch, this car would be an ideal one for me.
С которым мне труднее всего найти общий язык в первые дни езды, вообще идеальный автомобиль.
Unlike its classmates, the suspension Ford Focus is not acting in traditional way. It's effective on the small rough, you won't feel any acoustic discomfort, but on more serious potholes the suspension is passive. Of course, I understand, it's road quality, not a Ford's fault.
Подвеска, кстати, в Ford Focus, она довольно любопытна.
The suspension of Ford Focus acts very interesting, even extraordinary comparing to the suspensions of the other car brands. It's detecting all the road humps, but it's blind for big potholes.
Но серьезные артикулированные неровности практически ее сразу пробивают, в то время как у других никаких проблем.
It's not that easy to name a brand which during the decades has spent so many efforts on sport and sport technology development as Ford did. So that's why this car always have a good drivability.
Машина рулится отлично.
Sound insulation. Nowadays, this feature is important for everybody, because as better it is, as more comfortable you'll feel inside the car. In Ford Focus, the sound insulation is balanced. It's quiet inside, but you'll definitely hear the engine and exhaust sound, and it's correct. By the way, Sony has done its best. The sound system here is perfect. Pay attention on the side mirrors. They include these special detectors, which will inform you with the light the presence of other cars in the out of sight.
Очень трудно притереться к автомобилям, которые находятся вне зоны вашей видимости.
Trip computer. It's really nice, especially this option, catching the road signs. A special camera is picking up and transmitting the signs on a small screen located on the instrument panel. It's really a cool option. While analyzing the specification booklet, I thought that Peugeot 308 is equipped with the fastest automated transmission in the world. But when I tried a car for real in a drive mode, it was acting like a slowly automatic gearbox. I guess the reason is it's willing to minimize the venting and for fuel economy. But a sport mode changes everything. Concerning the fuel economy, 5.2 out of the city, 8.8 in the city. Of course, it's not a high economy car, but let's not forget that Peugeot cars are mostly famous for its diesel engines. Look at the steering wheel. It's funny, small, sportive and also comfortable. By the way, it's not just a design idea, it's a practical decision. To see the instrument panel, you need to look above the wheel, not through it. So, an instrument panel is located on the horizon line. Well, French engineers think that such a location will deflect your attention away from a road less. Pay attention on the speed indicator. The pointer is moving in the counterclockwise manner. That's why at 2000 engine speed you might think that your engine is overrun, but the absence of an alarming sound is a good sign, which means that 2000 engine speed is okay. even when your speed indicator is turned into another side. I'm very happy that this time the engineers have done their best and the rear axle is silent now. The suspension is not rattling and has become more powerful, and at the same time steerability is not lost. It's still a French car which is ready to drive on a twisting road. Ford looks flighty and easily passes 60 km/h. The stability control is acting in time without the interfering in driver's actions. Peugeot demonstrates better readability, so driver can be more relaxed. The actions of car safety system is almost insensible. Slalom. Both competitors show perfect steering response till the last marker. When putting the video on each other, it's visible pathways and mostly the same, and Peugeot is a little bit faster, as it's rolling less. Braking. We do it at the speed of 60 km/h. The best result of Peugeot is 9.54 meters. The average result of 3 trials is 9.95 meters. The best braking result of Ford is 7.48 meters, with an average result 8.28. So in braking test, Ford is beyond the competition. Due to passport data, 1.5 EcoBoost engine accelerates the car up to 100 km/h in 9 seconds. But it's in ideal circumstances with a successful gear shift. With a bad road condition and so-so drivers, the best result that we have got, 10.9. What will Peugeot answer? Its engine displacement is 1.6 liters, with the same capacity like Ford has, 150 horsepower. The main competitive advantage is an automatic gearbox with a sport mode. The announced acceleration is 8.5 seconds, real 9.1. So Peugeot is a winner. Quarter-mile ride. Doesn't look like the second chance for Ford, but who knows. However, not this time and not with these cars. Peugeot was quite convenient in 100 km/h. But even after the second breath, Ford wasn't awakened. As a result, Peugeot is a winner.